I came from here, Inspector. Hurry! Arr, I'm moving as fast as these old legs will... Who's that? Mon Dieu! A body! Arr, this woman must have been the target of the gunshot we just heard. But I don't see a shooter. I think the gunshot came from over here. Inspector. Falcon! Well, well, I should have known that the Viridian killer would have had a part in this. Inspector, I am not. What do we have here? A filthy cop and a dead girl. Oh, madam, thank goodness you're here. I saw the whole thing. This poor innocent mademoiselle was approaching the police line with her hands in the air, when all of a sudden this brute of a police officer yelled, "Get back, you filthy rebel!" He drew his gun and shot the bird point blank through her heart. Arr, what is this nonsense? What are you prattling on about, Friar? Thank you for your input, Remus. Hardly surprises me that a member of the police would be the first one to cast the stone. I think we're all being a little rash. Let's take a breath, examine the situation, and... Wait a moment. You wear an eye patch. You have only one eye, Inspector. Arr, how observant. Tell me, are you the policeman who killed the rat at Les Halles too? Les Halles? What are you talking about? 2 incidents of a one-eyed policeman gunning down an innocent victim. There's no way that is a coincidence. What we have here is a filthy, corrupt individual who takes pleasure in oppressing the common citizen. Am I right, Inspector? Or I really shouldn't be so surprised that a stupid rebel makes stupid assumptions and comes to stupid conclusions. Open your damn eyes, mademoiselle. I'm not the assailant here. Don't call me mademoiselle, or stupid for that matter. Your guilt is plain to see given the circumstances. I ought to judge and execute you right here and now. Falcon, don't just stand there gawking. Vouch for me. You called me the killer, trying to turn everybody against me. Huh? Huh, you piece of shit? Ugh. But let's be real. We know that he didn't kill him, so. We believe in justice, right? We believe in justice, and it wouldn't be just to let them accuse him when we know that it wasn't him who did it. Madam, I know this man. His name is Inspector Valerity. He is ruthlessly law-abiding, so much so I can't envision him shooting a man without just cause. Shut up, Falcon. I'm done with your idealism. I've listened to you. I took your words to heart about avoiding violence, and now a girl is dead. I'm done taking chances. Remus, help me escort this invalid to Piero's barricade. I'll decide his fate there. Also, Crefius, thank you for subscribing. With pleasure, madam. Come along, Inspector. Fontaine, Falcon, deal with the corpse. Meet us at the barricade when you're done. There's no way this was the work of the police. You know what, Falcon? I think you're right. An isolated gunshot? This far away from the police line? It just doesn't make sense at all. But that's rebellions for you. They're messy affairs. Sometimes innocents get caught in the crossfire and there's just no reason for it. Well, no use dawdling. Help me get the corpse off the streets. Not yet. I'm going to examine the body first. Examine the body? We agree this wasn't the work of Inspector Valerity, right? There might be some clues on the corpse that point toward what happened. An impromptu coroner's examination, huh? Well, okay. You have 2 minutes. After that, we're heading to the barricade, whether you're done here or not. Oh, look at her poor sweet little beak. The bullet wound. What can you tell me about it, Fontaine? Well, it looks like the bullet took a fairly straight angle of entry through the mademoiselle's back. Shooter was probably standing right behind the victim. What's the bullet size? That doesn't make sense, because she was approaching the line with her hands in the air. So why would he shoot from behind her? According to the story, right? What is the bullet size? Do you know its caliber? Well, you're hoping the caliber of the bullet is different from the caliber of the inspector's gun. That would conveniently get that one-eyed police officer off the hook, huh? Afraid I can't help you. I couldn't possibly know a bullet's caliber without having a good look at the bullet itself. As you can plainly see, the bullet is 3 centimeters deep in the flesh. So, you need to see the bullet itself. Help me retrieve the bullet, Fontaine. Retrieve? You mean like dig it out? I assume you have a little more experience in this area than I do. Well, you're not wrong there. Fine, okay. This'll take a minute. Gross. Okay. It's a circular bullet. So we know that. Here you go. One used bullet. Looks like a standard lead rifle or a pistol ball. Afraid I can't tell you its caliber.
Why is that?
Well, the bullet fragmented upon impact, monsieur. I gathered all the pieces, but I can't assess its diameter with any accuracy. Still, I would guess it's like 13 or 17 millimeters. Sorry I can't be more specific.
Well, that's an enormous help. Thank you, monsieur.
Alright. What other parts of her body?
Clever bacon. Thank you so much for your subscription. It's a long shot, but maybe this girl is faking her injury. Just for the sake of thoroughness, I really ought to check for a pulse.
She might be faking? Oh, right. No.
Boop. Everyone's been so fixated on who did this, nobody's stopped to ask who this girl was.
I don't know, monsieur. Given her clothes, probably just another working girl.
Just another.
Oh, I don't mean to sound glib, but it's true. It's one mademoiselle amongst the thousands who live in Paris. Who was she? Where did she work? Will her family miss her? I don't know. In the long run, I don't think anybody will care.
I care. I can't afford not to. I don't know who this mademoiselle was, but I'm going to see it. That justice is brought about for her death. What is this mark? It almost looks like a handprint made in blood.
That's weird. Probably the mademoiselle's.
Oh, I don't think so. It's the handprint of a left hand on the girl's left shoulder. There's no way a person could comfortably reach that spot on their own back.
Oh, I suppose so. But if the handprint doesn't belong to the girl, then who does it belong to?
The murderer. It has to be. The question on my mind is, why is a handprint made in blood?
Which hand is Flaherty missing? It's this one, right? So that's his right hand.
Did the murderer really sully their hand on the girl's gunshot wound? Or were they injured prior to the shooting?
Ah! It's because he was like, the fucking bullet wound keeps opening up. Oopsies.
There's so much to uncover here. No time for a thorough investigation.
I mean, I think we did it all, right? Okay. Yeah, we good.
I'm done here.
Alright, cool. Let's move this body off the street. Then we gotta hurry to the Palais Royal.
Rest in peace, mademoiselle. I will see to it that justice is done.
Everything's going just as planned. The madam's probably fuming right now. She'll attack the Palais Royal, the Prime Minister will flee, and then... Excuse me, monsieur.
What do you want? I'm busy.
Don't you recognize me, monsieur? I know my disguises are a little more complex than yours, but I assumed you would recognize Prince Juan when you saw him.
You're Prince Juan.
Indeed, and you're Judge Romulus, the corrupt wolf. I know what you did. You tried to assassinate the king. You shot the croque-monsieur, and just moments ago I saw you murder a maiden at the Place de la Concorde. You truly are a vile individual, aren't you?
Yeah, as if you have any proof of any of that stuff. I'm out of here.
I also know that you're one half of the Viridian Killer. On any other day, I would gut you where you stand. As it happens, I'm a little busy today. Oh? The Viridian Killer too busy to kill me. Is that the truth? Or is that bullet wound of yours starting to affect your prowess? You must have lost an awful lot of blood.
Oh, what do I do? What do I do? Oh, hello, Monsieur Volps.
Oh, Monsieur Sparrowson. Perfect timing.
Who now? Oh, you're that fledgling. I guess this is what they call being stuck between a rock and a hard place, huh?
Monsieur Sparrowson, be a dear and help me restrain the Viridian Killer.
This guy? He's the Viridian Killer. He looks more like Judge Romulus to me.
Well, you would be right about that, too.
Wow, so he's two scumbags in one. All right, then. Ow! Mind the wound! Oh, quit your whining, Your Honor.
Very nice takedown, Monsieur Sparrowson. You may want to check his pockets for weapons. He's something of a notorious killer, after all.
Oh, of course. Let's see what we've got here. Aha!
Here we are. A pistol. Probably the one used to kill the maiden, I suspect. What else can you find, Mr. Sparrowson? Oh-ho.
This, an eye patch. Weird. What would this wolf want with an eye patch?
Oh no, this is bad. Very bad indeed.
I don't get it. What's wrong with an eye patch?
There's no time to explain. Mousy!
What is it, Monsieur Verbs? What is it?
Take this eye patch to J.J. Falcon. If my fears are correct, he'll be somewhere around the Palais Royal right now. Tell him this belongs to Remus's brother. Hurry.
Right away, Monsieur Verbs, right away.
I like that it panned upward as though he was going to fly away. Like, he's been called a mouse. His name is literally Mousy this whole time, but it turns out he's a flying squirrel, and he just like, whoosh, just takes off. Would have been like, oh, all right, great. I must go too. I need to find the other half of the Viridian killer pair before something terrible happens.
Wait, Monsieur Verbs. What am I supposed to do with this guy?
You have his gun, don't you? March that wolf to the nearest police station and collect your reward for capturing Judge Romulus.
Oh, what a strange day.
Outside the Palais Royal, the rebels have constructed a makeshift barricade out of furniture, branches, rocks, and anything else they can find. From behind the wall, the rebels taunt the police and royal guards with chants. I'm growing impatient, pig. Confess your crimes. I have nothing to confess, you filthy rebel. You and all your rebel friends, however, should confess to 1,000 counts of treason and public disorder. I'll see each and every one of you hanged for your flagrant disregard of the law. Your stubborn attitude is disgusting. A few days ago, you were seen at Les Halles. Witnesses saw you murder a beggar in cold blood. Today, a friar has testified to seeing you murder a girl. Again, completely unprovoked. I don't know why you can... Oh, he's missing both hands! Yes! 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 I don't know why you continue to plead your innocence. But it doesn't matter. I don't need a confession to know that you're a killer. Madame Beaumont, stop! The inspector did not shoot that mademoiselle. Keep your beak closed, Falcon. I'm done listening to your suggestions. This policeman is as guilty as every other monster in our decrepit justice system. It's my duty to execute him. Madam, Falcon has uncovered some pretty convincing evidence. I would recommend you hear him out. Please, just give me 5 minutes. 5 minutes as I can convince you of this inspector's innocence. 5 minutes is precious in a time like this, and I cannot afford it. What if you're wrong? Are you willing to see another dead innocent? Thank you, madam. Or having my life saved by the Viridian killer. Humiliating. Be quiet, pig. Your life is mine until I say otherwise. Okay, so, first of all, let's recap on what Frere Remus had to say. Wait, where is that friar? He has a key witness in this crime. He scampered as soon as he dropped the inspector off. Buck said he had some business to attend to. Business.
Oh, look at this little guy. Man, oh man, these barricades are looking real scary. But I can't fear. I'm a brave duck.
Oh, please don't die. Oh, he's so cute. Oh, please don't die, Beck.
I'm the great Officer Beck. I'm handsome, I'm intelligent, I'm strong. Truly, I'm a fearless hero. I'm gonna be remembered for,
Hello, officer.
Oh, you scared me. Monk?
A friar, actually. Frere Remus. Listen, officer, I have something of great importance to tell you. I was just passing by the rebel camp and I overheard a conversation.
Oh, well, this sounds good. Do go on.
They said they were gonna launch an assault very soon, and when they do, they're gonna rain hellfire on the palace.
Oh no! Oh, it's just like I feared. What'll we do?
It's simple, officer. As soon as you hear the first gunshot, you need to retaliate. Hit them with everything you got. Every cannon, every rifle, every piece of artillery. Don't leave a single piece of the barricade remaining. That's the only way you can be sure to survive.
Oh, total annihilation. I like it. But Friar, I'm confused. Aren't you a Christian?
Yeah, so what?
I don't know. Seems like your idea isn't very Christian-y.
Oh, I see. You think this is a moral issue. Let me tell you a secret, my dearest duck friend. There is no God. There's no overarching morality. No higher plan, no heaven to save the righteous or hell to punish the sinners. There is only you, your artillery, and 10,000 rebels who want to dine on Peking duck tonight, you understand?
Oh, that's kind of an information overload.
Then let me simplify. It's you or them.
It's me or them.
Poor baby. Forget about the friar, Falcon. We all remember what he had to say. Present your case based on what you can recall. Okay. Oh, thank you, honey, for the raid. Hi, everybody. I'm trying to keep people from dying in a French Revolution filled with animals. All right. Okay. All right, I will. You may want to wipe that mouse off your shoulder first. Yay, he got here before the case started, thank God. I'm sorry, wipe what? Oh, it's you, Mousy.
Monsieur Falcon, special delivery from Reynard Verbs.
Thank you, Mousy. What is this?
An eye patch. It was found in Remus's brother's clothing.
Remus's brother? This is an eye patch belonging to Judge Romulus. That is interesting. Where is Romulus?
There is no time, monsieur. Just take it.
We got an eye patch.
I have to run, monsieur, but you have to do your best. Monsieur Verbs and Sparrowson believe in you.
Sparrowson? You've seen Sparrowson. How is he?
There is no time, monsieur. Good luck.
Are you quite done, Falcon? Very much so. Let us begin this trial. Cross-examination. All right, so let's remember what the friar said. Mademoiselle was approaching the police line with her hands in the air, when all of a sudden, the brute of a police inspector yelled, "Get back, you filthy rebel." He drew his gun and shot the bird point blank through the chest. No. Fred Remus claimed the girl was shot point blank in the chest, but she was shot in the back. The girl was clearly shot in the back. I know, I remember seeing the bullet wound myself. Oh, 9 Brown G! Thank you so much for subscribing and becoming a burrito. Let's solve some mysteries. It's quite a glaring inaccuracy in the wolf's testimony. It is an inaccuracy, but it's an irrelevant inaccuracy. Does it really matter if the girl was shot in the front or the back? Either way, a girl died at this pig's hands. It does matter. It does matter. If the girl was shot from the front, this might indicate a police confrontation turned ugly. Shot in the back, then what? This could indicate that someone targeted and assassinated her before she could even react. That doesn't paint the inspector in a particularly flattering light, Falcon. Madam, you're missing the point. A shot to the back breaks the currently established narrative. The girl was targeted and murdered in a stealthy professional attack. Therefore, this was not an ordinary police confrontation. You've made an assumption, Falcon. You've assumed that just because the girl was shot in the back, she must have been stealthily killed. There are other possibilities. Perhaps the girl was scared by the police, started running away, and was shot in the back as she fled. That scenario just isn't possible. If the girl were running away, she would have been at least a couple of steps away from the killer at the time of the shooting. Right. But I know the killer was standing right behind the victim. They were less than 1 meter apart when the gun was fired. They were standing that close. How could you possibly know that, Falcon? We saw a bloodied handprint on the girl's shoulder. What do you make of that, madam? Well, I assume any bloody stain would belong to the victim. A mark made with the girl's dying breath, perhaps. No. It was the print of a left hand on the girl's left shoulder near her upper back. The angle and positioning of the print indicated that it could not have been caused, that it could only have been caused by another person. That's why I'm so certain that the killer was right behind the girl at the time of the attack. I see. Well, that's quite a theory. But Falcon, you've left an important question unanswered. Why was the handprint bloody? The print was made with the victim's blood, yes, so it can't possibly have been made prior to the shooting. The killer must have wiped his hand on the girl's clothing after she had already died. If that's the case, my suggested scenario is still possible. The girl may have been running from the police when she was shot. No. I'm still trying to work out the details, but I know that the print was made prior to the shooting. Maybe the shooter was injured with his hands already covered in blood. You talked big about breaking the established narrative, and now you present me with that baseless drivel. Well, oops. Arr. Do you find something funny about this situation, Inspector? Arr, I do. This whole trial is patently absurd. It's an animal court through and through. There was something particularly funny about that last exchange. The fact that I have no hands, maybe? You both were so focused on when and how this handprint was made that you missed the larger issue. I don't have a left hand, you idiots. I couldn't have possibly left that mark. Oh, right, of course. Well, madam, what do you say to that? Maybe the handprint came from an accomplice. Or maybe it had nothing to do with the incident, or... It feels good to see someone else speculating wildly for a change. All right, fine. I don't have a solid explanation. I have to concede that it's possible, maybe even likely, that the person who left that mark was the murderer. Therefore, as much as it pains me to say it, I have to concede that the inspector probably did not shoot that girl.
So that's it. The inspector is off the hook.
No. There is still the matter of the incident at Les Halles.
What incident is this? I know nothing about it.
Ha! As if you don't know. A beggar rat was shot and killed in Les Halles a few days ago. The attacker was described as a scowling police officer who wore an eye patch. Does that sound familiar to you? Go on, Falcon. Explain the pig out of this one.
Well, until 5 minutes ago, I was at a loss, but I was recently presented with a piece of evidence that makes the answer all too clear. It was a false flag operation.
False flag? Explain yourself, Falcon.
Madam, what do you know about Remus's twin brother, the man known as Romulus?
Not much. Only that he was forced to flee the country by our oppressive government around a month ago.
That is half true, madam. You see, it is correct that Romulus is being hunted by the police, but I've had the suspicion that the wolf was lurking in Paris itself, although I never managed to find definitive proof. Anyway, it turns out my suspicion is well-founded. He was recently apprehended, I think.
You think?
I don't know the details, but it doesn't matter. What's important is that a reliable friend found this on Romulus's person just moments ago.
An eye patch.
Romulus has perfect vision. Why would he need something like this? There is only one plausible explanation, that it is part of a disguise. Something to conceal his identity and make him appear as someone else.
A disguise? You're saying that Romulus shot the beggar rat just to frame this police inspector?
Exactly, madam. It's no coincidence that Frere Remus happened to find the very same inspector just as another murder occurred today.
So, Remus is in on it too. Two wolves working together to make this policeman look like a murderer. But why? Why would they do that?
To rile you up, madam. To make you lust for violence. And if your actions today are anything to go by, I would say they succeeded.
Damn, I've been so stupid. How did I let myself get so misled by a couple of wolves? This trial is over. Go, Inspector, you're free.
It's about time.
You're letting him walk. Walk? Of course. It would be criminal to confine any innocent man any longer than necessary, even if the man is a bitter, stubborn pig.
Falcon! Yes? I don't understand you. You're stupid. You're reckless.
But you fought beak and talon for my freedom. I'm starting to suspect you really aren't the Viridian killer at all.
Certainly took a long time to pass that fact through your thick skull. Inspector, if you're still hunting the villain, maybe you should speak with Reynard Volpe. When this is all over, I mean. I hear he's been doing some research into the Viridian killer. Maybe he knows something.
Perhaps I will. Madam, it appears your gang of rebel filth don't intend on assaulting the palace anytime soon. I'll relay that information to the artillerymen. Mayhap we can keep this a peaceful standoff until it blows over. Thank you. I appreciate that. All of you stay out of trouble. Bye. So, what happens now? Bach? We're going to continue our protest. Peacefully. We're going to stand here chanting and shouting until the Prime Minister and the King both step down out of sheer humiliation. It might take days, weeks, but if we manage to change this country without one more person being harmed, then... Well, well, look who's returned. Madam, I just saw the police inspector strolling out of here unharmed. Why did you let him go? That's simple, Remus. We had a discussion. And we came to the conclusion that I had been misled by a couple of wolves. Oh? How many lies have you fed me, Friar? How much damage have you done to further your own goals? Did you help your brother kill the beggar rat in Les Halles? Did you watch the girl die by the Place de la Concorde? Now that I think about it, even the Croque Monsieur's death was surrounded by details that made little sense. I don't know what to think anymore.
You know that this guy's a scumbag, ma'am. I say shoot him. Buck?
Oh, Pierrot's right. We won't judge you for killing this guy.
Well, it's the least I deserve for my sins, so go ahead, madam. What are you waiting for? Pull the trigger. Just do it.
Falcon, you've proven yourself as having clear judgment. What do you say?
Cocorico died because of all you assholes. Oh my god, I'm so furious. I'm so furious at all of you motherfuckers. But we're going for peaceful right now. If I hit let him live, you're not gonna just let him walk away, right?
I'm gonna let him live. Because we literally just got done saying if we can do this whole thing without anybody dying, without anybody being hurt, then it will be a successful rebellion. And that includes this motherfucker, even though he's a piece of shit. I'll let him live.
Madam, you know what the right thing to do is. Show us what kind of leader you wish to be.
You're right. I said this will be a bloodless revolution, and I can't make any exceptions. Not even for a monster like this wolf.
Wow. That's amazing. Like, completely unprecedented. You've buckled to all of my expectations, avoided every temptation, and opted for an option that shouldn't even exist. Well done, madam. Well done, Falcon. You've demonstrated the power of pacifism in its purest form. But unfortunately for both of you, I'm no pacifist.
Fuck. Is he gonna kill her?
Everyone, get down! Fuck!
Oh my god. I think he shot her. He shot himself? Suicide.
Shooting himself? What a loony. Buck?
Hardly a surprise the wolf would be too cowardly to face a real punishment.
This isn't right.
It's not the solution I wanted either, Falcon, but I can't say I'll mourn the friar's death.
No, that's not what I meant. I meant that it doesn't make sense for him to kill himself so abruptly. That comment of his. It was almost like... We need to get out of here. All of us, right now.
Falcon, what are you talking about?
Oh, that was a gunshot. That was, like, pretty close, too. I can't afford to hesitate. It's me or them.
Officer, hold your fire.
No way! I can't afford to take chances. It's me or them, you know?
Oh no. It's me or them. Fire every cannon. No, you dumbs! No! No! Can anyone hear me? Piero, Fontaine? Hello, anyone?
I'm here, madam.
Falcon? Of all the people, I think I made a mistake, Falcon. Where did I go wrong? Was it when I lost my temper over seeing that dead girl? Was it earlier, when I shot that prosecutor? Or was it earlier still when I first listened to that monstrous friar in the first place? I've made a lot of mistakes.
We've all made mistakes, madam.
Most people's mistakes don't spark bloody revolutions.
Can you move, madam?
I don't think so.
Give me a minute. I think I can clear some of this rubble.
Question mark. Dear Monsieur Volpe, I'm writing you from the Demiao Railway Express. I'm gonna switch voices.
I'm writing you from the Demiao Railway Express. Modern technology truly is amazing. I've decided to take your advice. I've gone on vacation until things settle down. The king fleeing Britain, the Second Republic taking over. It's all crazy stuff. Anyway, before you left, you asked if I knew what happened to Falcon. Well, I got my hands on a copy of the official police report. It says that Falcon died during the attack on the barricade. It also says the police didn't find a body, same as Leonie Beaumont. Weird, huh? Rumor has it, he was probably blown away by cannon fire, but that doesn't sound right to me. The Falcon I knew was tough and intuitive. I think he found a way to escape and survive. So, in my opinion, he's still out there. It's possible, right? Hackers, thank you so much for the subscription and becoming a Perito. Anyway, I should wrap this letter up because I'm about to reach my stop, Vienna. I'll let you know how Mademoiselle Signy's parents are doing. Maybe you should come pay a visit sometime. Send my regards to Mousy. Yours sincerely, Sparrowson.
P.S. I see a person selling Miloraham strudel?
What is it? P.P.S. It's delicious, that's what.
Is that the end? Oh my god! What a sad ending. What a sad end! I really want to play it again and try to, like, fix everything. Fix all of our wrongs. It's like Until Dawn all over again. I know! What a great game, though. Like, especially if you play, or if you have played the Ace Attorney games. It's such a cool spin on that, right? Like, I really felt like the decisions that I made, or like the mistakes that I made, affected the rest of the game, right? Like, the second that I fucked up, it changed everything that happened after that. That's how it felt. Man. But I know that you can save the people that you wind up fucking over in this game. So, you've reached the end of Route C, Fraternité. The ending you received was determined by the decisions you made in Chapter 3. Try tackling the trial and the catacombs differently in order to see a different ending. Thank you for playing Aviary Attorney.